And their opponents for today's final, Australia. The umpire for today's final from New Zealand, Glenn Stevenson. Would you all please be upstanding for the national anthems of the competing countries.
Welcome back everyone to Court 3, Action Indoor Sports Stadium Hornby, Christchurch, New Zealand. It's day 8, it's finals day of the WICF Junior World Series of Indoor Cricket. We've got the second final of the day. It's the 15 and under boys, and again it's Australia taking on South Africa. Good morning, everyone. Good to have your company again on the live stream here, thanks to our streaming partner, Be Live. My name is Ahmed Khawaja, and again I'm joined in the commentary box by Ivan Pistorius. Ivan, pleasure to have you here. It's going to be a cracking final.
Yes, Ahmed, thank you very much again for the opportunity to commentate on this World Cup final. To all the people back home, I know it's 11:30 back home at night, giving the boys support, and our best wishes to both teams, to all the Australian followers, a lot of mates in Australia. Good luck to them as well, and hopefully it's a great final.
We've been running the stream for 3 days now. Finals day, we started back on Thursday. We have 70,000 live views. How good is that, Ivan? Obviously, just to give people, like you said, good luck to both teams and supporters back home. Australia, South Africa, able to actually watch this live and get that insight and just follow their teams. It's just great, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, it's been fantastic, and watching the junior final, the emotion, and seeing the South Africans come out on top, sad for the Australians, and it's heartbreaking to see the boys and what it means to them. And this is how important the game is becoming, and it's now through social media able to be watched all over the world. I think that's fantastic for the game and fantastic for the growth of the game.
Yep, absolutely, Ivan, spot on. Just to give you a recap of where we're at. Australia have won the toss. They're batting first. Riley Mark, Captain Jordan Heslin in. They are very experienced with each other, these fellas. Both play for Victoria, both top players. They know each other very well, and they're opening the batting. It's no surprise. They've done it for most of the tournament when they have played together. Just to give you the teams there, Jordan Heslin is the captain for Australia. Ethan Fitzpatrick, Tom Cody, Mahdi Islam, Chai Lemire, Riley Mark, Declan McComb, and Sam Wettering rounds out the team. Ivan, how's the South African team looking?
Yes, the South Africans have kept the same side as yesterday. It's Christopher Pistorius, Byron Gerardo, Armand Boerenstein, Connor Foley, Dylan Thompson, Keegan Stein, Ryan Rose Kelly, and Stefan Leemans.
That's a good side. And obviously, just to recap how these teams have gotten here in the last week, Australia, they started slowly with a hiccup against New Zealand, but they won 7 from 8, qualified first with 47 points. South Africa not too far behind them with 5 wins from their 8 games. They took 34 points. In the major semi-final, Australia did defeat South Africa by 113-87. But of course, as Ivan alluded to last night, the preliminary final between South Africa and New Zealand it blew me away. It blew Ivan away. As Thompson starts us off. Dylan Thompson around the wicket, and Riley Mark puts it into the leg side net for 2. They defeated New Zealand 115-53. And honestly, Ivan, if they field as good as they did last night, especially in their front call, we could really have a good game on our hands.
Yes, definitely, and I think South Africa will try to put pressure on Jordan and Mark up front. Riley, they'll be trying to put pressure on them, and hopefully Australia don't get off to a good start, and the Aussies will be hoping that the pair continues what they've been doing the whole week, batting solid.
Oh, just really good cat and mouse stuff there. Good pace from Thompson around the wicket. Mark looking for a pull shot. The leg side front court fielder up to the task. Very good cricket.
Yeah, great fielding there by Byron Gerardo on the leg side.
Met his dad before the game, Cameron. So obviously a very proud father. So well done to him.
Yes, definitely. I think Cameron and Charlene back home, as well as all the other moms back home in South Africa, all watching with eager anticipation.
Oh, he's bowling! Thompson has gone straight through Riley Mark. Mark looking for a shot across the line. It wasn't there. It must be said, probably a straight delivery. We should get a replay to Be Live. Just some good pace from Thompson. And, yeah, it kind of just went straight on with the arm, Ivan, and he went across the line and it's rattled the stumps. Yeah,
great delivery there, fast and straight, and unlucky there for Riley. I think it came off his leg onto the stumps.
Very unfortunate. Two-side out front court field. But that's the thing about Riley Mark, Jordan Heslin. They've played together a lot at junior cricket. These fellas played back in Brisbane, 2015 Junior World Series, same team, and he's just put that one away and just sort of forgotten about that wicket, regrouped, and it's 1 run off the first over. It's a good start for South Africa.
Yes, this is a quality pair. Jordan and Riley have been very solid the whole week, giving Australia great starts, and I think South Africa will try and keep the pressure on this pair and try and keep them down to a low total. And I'm sure they'll just try and build after that early loss on the wicket.
Yep, called them through for a single. And
off the foot, one. Connor Foley on to bowl.
obviously a bit of a strategy. Foley, really good. Both teams are testing each other out here. Fantastic cricket. Good pace from Foley. It was a good shot from Heslin. It was fantastically fielded in the front court. A good dive for Mark, and no runs were scored.
Yeah, great fielding there.
Shot from Heslin, 4 runs. Well, you get 3 runs. It's a no ball, +1. Obviously a bit of a strategy there, Ivan. Thompson bowling the first over. Bit of pace, and Foley, obviously, as we saw last night, Connor Foley bowled with good pace too.
Yes,
So
both of these bowlers bowling. It's just the length there. Connor a bit short. Great shot from Riley. Solid 2 into the side net.
Obviously, as someone as Nico Ridich has alluded to on the stream, Ivan, your son Christopher Pistorius is in the team, and it's obviously a very, very proud moment for yourself. Congratulations.
No, thank you very much. It's a big honour to commentate on a World Cup final, and like I said, a lot of the boys have grown up together. I've seen them since they were 10 years old, so quite emotional to see them in a World Cup final and a game of this importance. And I know the folks back home are all watching, all the moms and the dads, and a big welcome to all of them, as well as the coaching staff. Great shot there by Jordan into the side net.
Ryan Roskilly into the attack. Again, 150 on the stream. We got up to a 350, 400 for the previous game. It was great viewing. Love to have your company. If not, get down to the centre. It's going to start packing out. It's already packing out. Very vocal crowd here at the centre, isn't there, Ivan?
Yes, the atmosphere here is electric, and like I said, a great final in the under-13s, now carried over to the under-15s.
Fine shot by Heslin. Can't do that on this pitch.
Yeah, great shot.
Gives him a bit of width, and he smashed that into the springs. He's a tall man, is Jordan Heslin. So it was just too easy for him, really. That's a bit better, but Riley Mark, great shot.
Fantastic shot there.
He just hit through the line. There's no swing on it, and he's put it away for 4. 6 runs off 2 balls. So, I mean, it was an early wicket for South Africa, but 20 runs now already. And another wide, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 off this over already.
Yes, great over for Australia. I think Ryan will just try and get his composure back, try and get back on line. But Jordan and Riley, very solid start.
.24 on the board after. Okay, 24 on the board after 3 overs. Early wicket, but Bordenstein to finish off. It's a wide, and the momentum's all with Australia. Riley Mark and Jordan Heslin putting the pressure on the South Africans early on, Ivan.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, they've been a solid pair the whole week, and I think Byron, will try and get a good over and try and put the pressure back onto them.
Sorry, I apologise. It's not Bordenstein. It is, of course, Byron Gerardo.
Yes, another solid 2 there from Jordan into the side net.
These two bet together a lot. They bet together for Victoria. They've known each other since they're very young. The parents are former Victorian reps. Excellent, kids. Great shot, Riley Mark. It was outside off, it was there to hit, and he's pulled that so well into the side net for 2, leg side net, 30 runs on the board.
Yes, great
3
shot
balls
there
to
by
go.
Riley. Fantastic shot.
Oh, jeez. Not just caressing it, hitting it so hard. It's just there are no chance with South Africans, but they're just letting them free their arms too much, surely, Ivan.
Yeah, just the length in there, just a bit too short from Byron. I think he'll try and get it up there and try and bring the fielders into play.
What a shot. Riley Mark, he's done it second time round. It's a full delivery. The Australians are on their feet. It's a full delivery. There's no swing in it, and he's driven it a nice off drive to the back net for 237. Jeez, where is that? Where's the time gone? Good call. What a statement Australia have made, Ivan. There's no reason why that they've only dropped a game all week, and it's a fantastic batting from that opening pair of Riley Mark and Jordan Hesline. 37 on the board. Looked very assured.
Definitely fantastic start for the two of them. Batted solid the whole week and just once again put the pressure on the South Africans in a final with 37 on the board.
Absolutely into bat. Tom Cody, Ethan Fitzpatrick, and Australia, they've just got to regroup a bit. Of course, the coaches obviously will just be having a word. I mean, obviously very experienced coaching the lineup there for South Africa. Mark Ongas, Curtis Thompson and Braden Dixon assisting him. Obviously, what do you think they're sort of be saying after that first pair, Ivan?
Well, I think they'll just be giving them some insight and telling them just to calm down, get back to the basics, try and put the pressure on the Australian batsmen. But like I said, Jordan and Riley were so solid in the start there.
This time it's Broadenstein to bowl, and well, they're just picking up where they left off, really. Tom Cody, it's a great ball to get when your very first ball of the skin. It was in the slot.
Fantastic shot there.
And
By
you
Tom
got to
Cody.
put it away.
Great
Put it away,
shot.
5. I guess if we look back to last night, Ivan, when we were looking at the preliminary final of the New Zealand match, the fielding was on fire, but the bowling allowed that fielding to obviously advance, and they just haven't brought their front court into play at all yet.
No, definitely the lengths I think have been a little bit too short, giving the Australians the opportunity of hitting it once again there into the side net. Australia will be very happy with the start. 45 in the 5th over.
Good shot. I know their games, and we've touched on this time and time again, but that short length bowling, both teams are very capable front and back foot pullers, and it's just too easy, really.
Yeah, just South Africa bowling the wrong length, but fantastic batting from the Australians.
Yeah, and again, and he's a tallish man there, Tom Cody, so he doesn't need to try too hard to get underneath it, and he's punched that into the side net for 2, and South Africa are really up against it. 11 runs in the first 5 balls of this pair. Peter gets a dot, finishes the over.
Yeah, good shot there by Ethan. Good fielding by Connor Foley on the 3-line. Dot ball. I think that's the length you want to bowl on this wicket. You want to bowl it full. You don't want to give too much width and shortness.
Great to have your company here. If you've got questions and comments for us, feel free to send them in, and we'll attempt to answer as much as we can. I see Jesse Ryder is watching. Hey to you, Jesse. Don't worry, Jesse. I looked after Sonny Chan last night, and after his loss in the 17As, so he's doing all right, mate. We had a couple of green teas and shoot the breeze, so yeah, good to have your company, mate. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good to have a bit of a change here. Obviously bringing in your boy into the attack, Chris Pistorius, just sort of changed the pace a bit. It looked like they've just using that, the pace was just a bit too easy, so just having a bit of off spin here from Pistorius might sort of just change things a bit. Or it might not.
Great shot there by Tom Cody into the side net.
probably just tried to bowl that a bit too fast, didn't he? And it just ended up turning into a fast off spinner. He put that away, Cody. He's looking so good so far as Tom Cody.
Yes, both the batting pairs from Australia have been very, very solid. I think South Africa just trying to regroup.
That's fine shot. Ethan Fitzpatrick, he's captained this team this week as well, and he's put that away. And unfortunately, Pistorius probably just needs to hold his length back a bit and really look for the revs as opposed to, just trying to bowl it too fast. And again, it was in the slot.
Yes, fantastic shot.
Yeah, fantastic. That's stop ball. Yeah, Pistorius just testing Cody out, asking him if he's home. He is. Got a comment from Phil Hire. Yep, the face of New Zealand Indoor. Yeah, well, not quite Phil. I hope so, mate, soon. Of course, he's the captain of the Northcote Knights, my club in Victoria, former Victorian rep, and an all-round good fella. So good to hear from you, Phil, mate. Panda, hope you're well.
Yeah, I see also John McLaughlin. Welcome, Jono. Jono was in the Masters with the Australian team in the over 45s in England. Welcome to him and the Australian viewers. Nice to see you on watching the live stream, Jono.
Time difference at the moment, South Africa, Ivan, it'll probably be some point late last night.
Yeah, close to midnight. I think it's probably 11:30 back home in South Africa. For those people sitting up on a Friday evening watching this broadcast.
Well, there's nothing really better to be doing on a Friday night, is there, Ivan? There's no point going out. I mean, when you've got such a good game in front of you.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks to all the support back home and the well wishes. I know a lot of people are staying up and watching it and, edging the South African boys on.
Absolutely. South Africans obviously very passionate. Have let me know that during the week, or several messages obviously when it's a daytime in South Africa and the middle of the night here in New Zealand, and they've been very keen to see the stream, so it's good to see them tuning in as Lemons comes into bowl for his first over. Right arm around the wicket.
Yes, another solid shot there from Ethan into the side net for 2. The Australians up to 61 in the 7th over.
Yeah, look, Ivan, I think we discussed this. 100 is obviously a good score. Well, that's just too short, really.
Yeah.
It's easy pickings for Cody.
Yeah, easy 2 there for Tom. I think Stefan just bowling the wrong length, try and get a bit fuller like he did last night. With 2 short, easy 2s.
65 in the 7th over. You suddenly start saying, hey, 120. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, another fantastic shot there from Ethan Fitzpatrick into the side net.
Yeah. The batting is very disciplined. Wayne Dow, yeah. Hey Dowie, hope you're going well, mate. Hope that arthritis is not too full on. He's obviously plays at Northcote too, club of mine. So hope you're going well, Dowie. Yeah, look, 69 in the 7th over, and it's not just they've got off to a good start, mate. If South Africa don't pull this back, this could get really ugly, and you can't be chasing. Look, you say one, oh, jeez. It's Fitzpatrick just caresses that away into the offside net. Look, I think what I'm saying, Ivan, is 71 after 7. That's 10 per over. I mean, look, you say, hey, look, even in a final, you chase whatever, you chase runs on the board. It's pressure, 100 to 120, I'd say, is chaseable, but 150 plus is, come on, that's huge, isn't it?
Definitely, and especially the pressure of a final, but the Australians have come out and they've just hit the ball and played so positively. I think South Africa maybe bowled the wrong length, possibly too short, and at stages too full, allowing Australia to drive on the front foot. Just need to maybe calm down. Connor Foley on to bowl now. Hopefully we can try and pull it back, and the Aussies will just try and keep on building on the momentum.
Yep, Foley to bowl out here. Nope, again, it's just not that right length. They're not swinging the ball. It's either the back of a length or it's full and it's not doing much. And South Africa are up against it. Unfortunately, they probably need to think after this over, just regroup and think, hey, what did we do to New Zealand last night that we really put the brakes on them and they brought that front court into play, and it just hasn't happened so far.
Yes, definitely, and these two have batted fantastically well. Tom and Ethan have just continued where Jordan and Riley left off.
Up, and when it rains, it pours, really. I think you're not getting the wickets. You're trying too hard, and And I think we saw that with the Australian 13s in the last game, and just too many extras. That's a bit better. Oh, it's not a bad delivery at all, actually, but Tom Cody's in such good form, and he's a tall man that he's just able to just jam that away into the point net for 2.
Yes, these two have batted fantastically well so far.
Oh, jeez. It's just not happening for South Africa. Just running away from them, and here it's 80 on the board already. We're not finished the 8th over. That's a bit better. Left him a bit. Good pace from Foley.
Yeah, much better length there from Connor Foley. Yes, as you said, the Australians off to a great start, 80 in the 8th over.
That's a good shot. Again, just using, and Foley's obviously one of the guys in the team who's obviously got that pace, and just using that pace. They're not trying to hit it too hard either. Yeah, Ben Ridgway's hit the nail on the head. It's a batting clinic out there.
Definitely. They've just been so positive. I mean, they just haven't allowed the South Africans any momentum or any pressure. They've just been so positive and so solid.
Absolutely. 1 wicket that came in the very first over. No wicket since then, and to be fair, they haven't looked like taking a wicket. And Foley continues to be erratic, and this is so costly, of course. In the last over of every pair, any wide and no ball can be re-bowled, and he's done it several times. Genuine outside edge, that's a bit better. Oh, jeez. What an innings, yep. And the crowd are on their feet, and they're all applauding. Excuse me, and why not? 49. 37 plus 49, 86 after 8 overs, Ivan. It is all Australia.
Yeah, definitely. They've 49 in that skin. South Africa just let them off the hook, but also we've got to give credit to the Australian batsmen. They've just been fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you know, you might not bowl that well, but the opposition still has to put you away, and they have to. And not only have they put them away, they've made South Africa pay for it. There haven't been many dot balls, and South Africa getting frustrated, trying to over bowl, and there's been too many extras, and I guess there just hasn't been enough variation. Declan McComb, Mahdi Islam in for this one, the 3rd pair. And we've got the exciting Jai Lemire and Sam Wettering who bowl to finish. So well, it doesn't really get any easier for South Africa, unfortunately. And I think it's going to be Lemons to...
Yeah, Stefan Lemons on to bowl.
I mean, do you think it's sort of just worth... He's coming over the wicket. It's obviously Lemons, fine shot. And Islam just picking up where the rest left off. He's cut that, he smashed it into the springs. I was going to say, Ivan, I mean, obviously a bit of pace being used, and you can tell sort of with Lemons' action, he's trying to bowl it into the right-hander, away from the left-hander. But, you know, is it worth... Oh, that's what they needed. That is what they needed. It was he was looking to hit down on it with McComb, but he's found a leading edge. Sorry, a top edge, shall I say, and we'll see on the B-Live replay. Come into him, he's just looking down at it. He's gone too early at it, and it's spooned off the net, and that is a wicket they desperately needed.
Definitely, South Africa needed, but a fantastic catch there by Christopher Pistorius.
Okay, much better. I was going to say before that delivery, he's obviously bowling a bit in, but, you know, it's worth starting to try these variations and put them off their game.
Yes, definitely South Africa have got to try and pull it back against this 3rd pair. And you got to give credit to the Australians. They've just batted so solidly, and they're continuing it. The intent is there.
Absolutely, I think you're spot on, Ivan. The intent is there. They're not saying, hey, look, we've got 80. Let's just consolidate and maybe get 110, 120. And which will still be a really good score. They're saying, hey, we're going to put the foot on the throat and get 150. South Africa, they've got had 1 wicket before the 2 pairs. They have to make the running.
Definitely all the pressure on South Africa at the moment, and they've got to try and pull it back against this 3rd pair. And I think the 3rd pair just once again just going to try and continue the momentum of the first 2.
Good shot, Mahdi Islam. He's looked good the last 3 or 4 games as the young man, son of Aminul, former Bangladesh captain. So I'm sure his dad is here in the crowd. He's a nice fellow. I've been hanging out with him this week, and he'll be very proud himself. And it's a good over to start with for Australia. So, despite the wicket, they've still managed to get some runs. So,
yes, Ryan Rose-Kelly on to bowl.
3 on the board. South Africa won't be too bothered. Rose-Kelly to finish up. No. There it is. And that's the front court fielding that we were talking about last night, Ivan. Bring into the mix, cleaning it indecision. And unfortunately, Islam, as soon as he hit the ball, we'll see on the B-Live replay, as soon as he hit it, he called yes, but it hit and tapped, and fair enough, he had to call McComb back, but McComb had already come by then, and it was run out, and it's again, it's a good start here for South Africa. -2 now. Islam, though, he's been looking good with the bat here. That's 2 runs, but again, good for South Africa now. Two wickets in 8 deliveries. So some confidence here, and this really has to be a partnership that they pull back.
Correct, they have to try, and I see the lengths that we're bowling. We're trying to get it nice and full again, try and get it back to them, and try and put the pressure on the Aussie batsman.
Because McComb looking for that. We glance into the leg side net. Islam, he's a very proper sort of cricketer. He likes to hit the ball straight. But he's looking good here. Just too easy. They've just made it too easy. They haven't threatened him really, have they? Apart from that one that got run out, allowed him to free his arms, and he's just it's just easy pickings for them into that point net.
Yeah, it's just too short and wide there from Ryan. I think he'll try and get it full, try and bring the front fielders into play.
Yep, he did it right. He brought his front court into play, and it's resulted in a wicket twice. That's what they did so well against New Zealand. But again, it's just it's a bit of a release of pressure. But it's all right. They'll be pleased with the start. 94 on the board, 8 for Australia. So a lot better from South Africa, and just got to keep building on that. Honestly, Ivan, they don't want to be chasing over 120 here.
Definitely, especially in a final. Ahmed Keegan staying on to bowl. Hopefully he can pull it back on this third pair and try and get it under 90, sitting on 94 at the moment. And I'm sure the Australian batters, Marty and them, will just try and get it up to 100.
Yep, absolutely. That's their job. And then you've got a very exciting pair to finish up. Jai Lemire, he's his first year of indoor cricket, and he looks so good. And Sammy Wettering.
Yes, this Australian team has played fantastically throughout the tournament. They've very solid batting unit and a very solid bowling unit. So South Africa just got to try and get back into this match.
That's a good shot. He's showing that he can play off the leg side too, can Islam. Staying there, coming left arm around the wicket, but he's played a very nice up, down 2 into the square leg net. Giving the signal to his partner. Coming around the wicket to the left-hander as well. Didn't hit it well enough, so it was enough to get through for a single from McComb. And yep, like you said, Ivan, just want to get past that 100 mark, ask the last guys to set it up.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's just happening too often, Ivan. I'd probably like to see how it looks when we look back on this innings, but just too many extras and at the wrong time, really.
Yes, too many extras together with fantastic batting by the Australians. There's just no respite for the South Africans.
That's
just
That's good cricket. He put it in a really folded Stain, and Islam really dug it out. Looked like it was going to be 2. Foley got it off the net, so good cricket, just a single. Oh, nice. I think if he hit, Bodenstein might have had him falling short. He doesn't. That's the end of the over. Scores on 101. There's 1 over to bowl. And I think this is a very big over. If they keep them under 100 by the time the 4th pair comes in, then South Africa sort of just keep themselves in the game. If they add another few runs, get to 110, you really got to say that Australia are ahead at this stage.
Yes, Dylan Thompson on to bowl.
He bowled a very good first over, which was in the very first over of the game, in fact. He bowled with some very good pace, and if he can sort of just keep it nice and straight, sharp, full, then I reckon that he does bring that front court into play. But if he does that...
Yeah, wrong leg there by Dylan Thompson. Easy 2 for Declan.
Yep, McComie just plays that too easy. I think both teams will play that shot very comfortably. I won't see the South Africans do it, but bring the length back a bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's way better, isn't it?
Yeah, much better ball and great solid shot there from Hardy. Hit it nice and straight back.
Yeah. But that's what he did in his first over to Thompson, and I think that's just when he needs to stick to. He bowled really well. Yeah, that's good. That's him coming down the wicket, and it was nice, straight, it was sharp, skidded on, and he's got a third ball.
Yes, Tomo's bowled with some good pace this tournament, and let's see what happens here on third ball.
He's bowled him!
Yeah.
It's good reward, it's a good build-up, 2 to 3 deliveries there. I think we'll get a replay to be like, but to be fair, it's just the pace from Dylan Thompson. He's decided to go with a third ball where he's just bowled it back of a length, and Islam just looking to punch it into the offside net as he's done, and he's got an inside edge. It's a big wicket for South Africa.
Yes, I'm sure South Africa will be happy, especially the Hilton College boys back home. Watching Tomo and them in the hostel at Falcon House, I'm sure they'll be rooting on for him, watching him.
Absolutely, boys. Hello to you, and more good pace. It's final, boys. He's spun a bit of a web here on Islam in the last few deliveries. Oh, and how... Imagine if he had taken that. Islam, it's just frustration, really, just trying to get out of trouble. They'd batted so well, to be fair, in the first 3 overs before that. He was looking good, and Thompson, a great last over. He's had a really good spell. Nearly caught 13 for that pair. But Australia's still in front, I think, 99 after 12.
Yes, definitely the last pair here coming into bat. Sam Wettering coming in, facing. I'm sure South Africa will try and put pressure on the last pair.
Absolutely, and it's not going to be an easy task. Sammy Wettering, Jai Lemire, Joffa Mark has told me to watch this kid bat. Shane Hesline has told me to watch this kid bat. I watched him bat for the first time last night, and I got to tell you, Ivan, he looks $1 million, and this is his first year of indoor cricket, and he's already playing for Australia. He looked so good, and he looked so assured. So this is going to be tough, but South Africa got 4 overs to make it count. It's going to be Pistorius. He's coming around the wicket, off spin to start with straight away. Yeah, good starts, right on with the arm. It's better. He's tried to bowl maybe a bit too quick in his first over, but trying to get some real revs on that, and I think that's the way to go for.
Yeah, especially trying to get it full to Jay.
Yeah.
Get it right up there.
Good shot by Lemire. That's how we played last night. Got onto the back foot a bit, and the length was there and just worked it into the leg side. So 2 to start with. Score now just over 100. That's a good shot. Sammy Wettering.
Yeah, solid shot there from Sam into the side net. Good positive start for the Aussies in the last pair.
See if we can really put some spin on it here.
Yeah, I see on the stream Shawnee Shaper watching back home. I was privileged enough to see Shawnee get his 100th test cap for South Africa in Birmingham, England.
That's absolutely brilliant. It's good fielding. It was a good delivery from Pistorius. He tossed it up, tried to give it a bit of air, and it's a good shot by Wettering, but well fielded, and he backed Thompson up well there. For 106.8. Hasn't been bad over, to be honest. He's got 7, but he's bowled better than that. Yeah, just look for a quicker one. Ivan, to be honest, I think he just should be better, or he can try and throw it up, and he looked a bit better when he's obviously bowled that over very full. Could have just sort of maybe looked for the spin a bit more and allow it to drift as he did on the very first ball. 8 runs from the over.
Yes, I see also on the live stream Sammy Bright from Australia. sending a message. Morning, Sam. Hope you guys are well. All the Aussies back home. Nice to see them all on the live stream supporting their boys.
Absolutely. I wouldn't expect anything less from two very proud indoor cricketing nations. Sammy Bright, of course, as I touched on with Brianna Binch last night on commentary, just been back from Sri Lanka, where he was the manager of the under-21s. No, it's unlucky Bodenstein. Well, he saved boundary there, but they still made three because that just parried off a slight error.
Yeah, good solid shot there from Jay. Nice and straight. So we've got to try and keep the ball off the nets.
No, he put the curse on there, Ivan, and again, it's pretty similar. Pistorius just looking for a tap, and it's just sort of tapped straight into him and hit into the net. Dane's got to look to use his field here. 2 on the offside. That's better. Bit of traffic running there, but
yeah, great
well
stop
fielded
there by Byron Gerardo, keeping the ball off the net.
That's better.
See also another South African, John Alcock, living here in New Zealand. Morning, Jono. Hope you're all well. All the people sitting watching the live stream here.
Former South African player?
Yeah, former South African, over 45s, over 50, now living in New Zealand. Nice to see them all on the live stream supporting the South African boys as well as the Aussie boys.
Absolutely brilliant to see. Oh, it's got to be gone. Oh, if he'd gathered it quickly enough. Lemire took 2 steps, wasn't sure. It was a good ball. He was leaning on it, leading edge. These are the wickets that South Africa need to get.
Yeah, another solid single there for Jay. Australia creeping up to 120.
Yeah, like I said, Ivan, over 120 from here, and South Africa have to make the plays. I think they sort of decided that they don't need to go overboard, do Lemire or Wettering. They just need to tuck score along, and even if they got 10 plus from here, 130 is going to be a mammoth target to overhaul. I think if it was the second court, you know, Australia go all out, different. It's a very true sort of surface, but this one is going to be very hard, and especially with Australia, they have a lot of spinners in their ranks. Of course, Jordan Hersline and Riley Marker, both very capable spinners, so it's not going to get any easier.
Yes, Ahmed, I think South Africa will definitely be under pressure, but you never know. It's World Cup final cricket.
Looks like you've been given an invitation there, Ivan, from Steve Hart.
Yeah, Stevie Hart. Also see him at the Masters World Cup. Nice to see Stevie on the live streaming. Morning to you as well, Steve. My coaching boys back home, Vickers Rus and the boys back home, the under-12 team I coach. Nice to see them on the stream as well, all supporting the South African boys.
Yeah, for the operator, Mr. Hart, trying to recruit whoever he can. That's a good shot by Lemire. He's got a bit of width, and he's just worked that into the point net. Bodenstein's giving him a bit of width, and just not enough really. Oh, it's got to be a no ball. No. Well, I don't think the short's the way to go, and then obviously definitely not no ball short. He's just given him 2 for free there.
Definitely South Africa guilty of too many extras, Ahmed.
Way too many.
If you look back, they've given Australia far too many free runs.
It just means that, you know, they're not like they did with New Zealand last night. They're just not forcing them to score those runs because, you know, they've been gifted them. You know, when you get gifted 2 runs, you're not suddenly not like, I have to get a run off the next ball, do you?
Yes, definitely the disciplines compared to last night. Last night the disciplines were fantastic. Their lengths were good. Today it's mixed with great Australian batting. Give credit to the Aussies as well. I mean, Jordan and them up front together with the second and third pairs have all played very solid. So there's just been no respite for the South Africans.
I think it is a bit of a paradox from last night. I mean, South Africa right out of the blocks did not allow New Zealand to breathe in that first innings, whereas just a few overs in, Australia were just able to just run away with it, and South Africa suddenly found themselves under a bit of pressure and needing to create something, and it just hasn't happened because I guess the Australian batting has put pressure on them. Now this is the final over of the innings.
Yes, Byron Gerarda bowling the final over for South Africa. I'm sure they will try and keep it down to as low as possible. Already 127 is going to be a mammoth task for South Africa to chase.
Waited, could have been a chance there, to be honest. He was waiting, he was backing up, was Lemire, because Wettering did hit it straight to Thompson. Did you sort of think they're going to change up their batting lineup now with a 130 target plus? Good shot by Lemire.
I think if I was Coach Ongers and Curtis Thompson and Braden, I'd just be telling the boys try and get to a positive start and build from the positive start, and you never know what happens in World Cup cricket. So
absolutely.
That's what I would be telling them to do.
Yeah. Good shot. They've played pretty safe cricket, it must be said, and they've gone 32, these fellas. 131 is the score. There is 2 balls to go. That's a fine shot.
Yeah.
That's been trademark of Lemire from yesterday to today. Since I've seen him bat, he's a great worker off his hips, and he's put it away. He puts it away very swiftly.
Yes, Sam and Jay have really batted well for Australia. 133 on the board. Well, South Africa just going to have to play positive skins of 37, 43, 13 and 35. Total 134.
It's going to be a huge target overall. Well batted Australia. I mean, honestly, these fellas have really hit their straps with the bat in the past few days, and it's going to be a very tough target. Hey, Ivan, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in the commentary box again, mate. Great working together, a lot of fun. Look, I hope the boys can get up today. I mean, for your sake, obviously, and from your perspective, I hope it goes well. Best of luck, and hopefully we'll chat later today.
Fantastic, Ahmed. Thank you very much once again for the opportunity. I'll hand over to my Australian compatriot, to all the folks back home, and to all the people that have sent us well wishes. Thanks very much back home, and I know the boys have been trying their hardest, and let's see what happens in the second half of the game.
Absolutely. This is World Series final cricket. Sorry. Yes, World Series final cricket, of course, so anything can happen. Yeah, well, good luck. And the fella coming in to sit alongside me, he's got a bit of a smile on his face, but to be fair, he's smiling most of the time I see him. So especially when we're out having a few green teas. So a very warm welcome again to John Mark. Joffa, pleased to have you in the commentary box, mate. And wow, what a batting effort from Australia.
Oh, it was a super effort that from the boys. South Africa were always going to come hard at the Aussie openers, and they got a wicket early, but the boys held their nerve under immense pressure and got them away to a flyer, and the second pair just capitalised and almost took the game out of their hand, and they fought back well in the third pair. Last pair came home strongly. It's a formidable total here, but look, in indoor cricket, it's a funny game. You never say never. And I've seen this year's under-13 national title grand final, a team chased down 140 to win the game. Just when you think it can't be done, things happen. It's a funny game, finals, especially on the international stage. So very important here that the South Africans get off to a great start here. It looks like they've made change to their batting order as well here. These boys aren't their usual openers.
Yeah, well, I was saying that to Ivan. I was like, well, you know, you're not looking at a target of 90 to 100. You're looking at 130, and you can't afford to get behind the 8 ball to start. So I guess if they're looking for a more aggressive partnership, and it looks like it is Lehmans and Armin Bodenstein to open up, and for Australia, Sammy Wettering.
It's interesting. In the game last night in the semi-final, Sammy bowled a few quite a few wides to the left-handers. So very interesting that the South African coach hasn't gone with a left-hand opening batsman. Very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. You think he would have been scouting that. He did struggle a bit.
Now, Sammy Wettering hails from Springvale South in Melbourne town. I'm sure that there's a few Springvale South bloods watching this game at the moment. Sammy's a weapon for the team, so very important for South Africa here to steady the ship and get off to that good start. Oh, great bit of fielding by Hasline on the line. The under as we call it. Grabbing it under, throwing it under. Great fielding. Nonetheless, 2 runs for South Africa.
Good support here for Australia in the stands. Obviously, you can see their under-17s. A heartbreak for them last night, it must be said, Joffa, but good to see them supporting their fellow countrymen over there in the stands. And
they're clapping away over there. It's fantastic.
As it is wide ball. Yes, I think you are right. Well, he's not a left-hander, but he's continuing to bowl the wides there, Wettering. As you said, from Springvale South, he plays for Victoria. A couple of games for the Croydon Raiders and NICL this year. But look at, I guess that aside, it's for South Africa to make the running. We're talking about 35 almost pair. I know things can happen, but everything really has to go their way.
Absolutely it does. And look, you can't win the game in the first pair, so this pair should be just focusing on just getting off to a good start. And just taking it one over at a time, really. That's all they can do, and just play each ball on the merit. As soon as they start looking to, fabricate shots out of their standard, shot repertoire, that's when they're going to find themselves in trouble. So they've got off to a good start. They've taken 7 off the opening over. In for next bowler is Declan McComb. Declan hails from the southeast of Melbourne, plays at Cheltenham Park in the Seeker competition down there. And another Victorian. So Declan's a good, quick right-arm bowler. A little bit of a way swing. Yeah, beautiful line to start with.
Very steady. Of course, this team very Victoria-centric. There's no surprise. Victoria have been very dominant in the past few years in Australia's national championships at this level. Busley sort of bowler, isn't he?
What a nut! That's angled into the body and just straightened a little bit off the wicket. The batsman actually did quite well just to get a little bit of a bat on it. What a terrific delivery from McComb.
I think that probably saved him, didn't it, Joff? Otherwise, that would have probably hit the stumps. Is it a third ball? He's got him. Yep, and well bowled. It's a great setup for McComb, isn't it?
Absolutely. Great start from Declan. Look, the Aussies would have been thinking about selecting, would have been a selection dilemma for Jake and Andrew Sweet. Bowling's his strength, batting, he can be up and down. So it's very important that Declan comes into the side. He needs to take wickets because that's his main role within the side.
Absolutely, and he had a bit of an up and down time with the bat, but that was a great, actually it was a really good set. Islam, geez, it nearly came to him. It did, sorry, I mean, he nearly regathered it. It's a drop catch, but McComb is creating the chances. Joff, just like you said, with the ball, that's what he's here for. He's here to take wickets, but I was amazed at great setup. A straight one, the one that just ripped away, and then the third ball was a wide outside off stump. So Bodenstein and Lemons are really having a regroup here.
It's been a good over this. He's creating some half chances.
It's been a great over. Yeah, spot on, Joff. He is creating a lot of chances. Look, well, I guess as we say that, he puts one down the leg side. Joff, you obviously have a few fans yourself. Being a former Australian player, of course, he knows what it takes. He's been in these big situations, played from 1987 to 1990. And a fine open men's player, as I have heard. Someone, Janine Keatley.
Smokes and mirrors. It's all fabricated, mate, all fabricated.
I think we've been doing our own smoke and mirrors this week, Joff, out in the car park. Janine Keatley, yes, nice to hear your dulcet tones.
Hey, Janine.
Dulcet, I think someone else said that about someone last night, and I said dulcet just reminds me of Henry Blofeld. So Joff and Mark and Henry Blofeld are two in the same, really, aren't they?
Dear. Quick shout out to Janine Keatley. Scott Baldwin's listening. He was another Australian selector from South Australia. Good to see you tuning in, Scotty.
Yeah.
Now, Marty Islam's come into the attack.
Yep.
Mahadi.
And they're just continuing with that sort of pace arsenal, aren't they? Mahdi's obviously a similar sort of bowler, obviously bustles in and tries to get it through.
Great word, bustles. He can lose a bit of accuracy here, Mahdi, so he needs to just focus in. Looks like he's switched on. Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Full ball, down and up, and just waited on it and leant down on it, pushed it up nicely for 2. So fantastic shot. These boys need to gather themselves here and just play each ball on its merits.
Yeah, good ball.
Terrific nut.
Oh, nearly, yep. No run on there. Bodenstone wasn't interested. There wasn't any run going on. Great bowling. Cramped Lehmans up for room. Yeah, I think you're right, Joff. And obviously, as you know, you've played at the highest level. There's no point looking overs ahead. You've got to play it ball by ball.
Lovely shot.
That's fine shot by Lemons. He's driven it to the offside. Yeah, like I said, you just have to go ball by ball, see what's ahead of you. Otherwise, you can easily sort of get behind the game.
Big shout out to On-Shot Photography too, who've been taking some magnificent photos all week. So if you're running a sporting event, On-Shot Photography, get them down there. They've been down here working their backsides off all week, 9 till 10 every night, I think. So terrific. Thanks to the boys and the team at On-Shot Photography.
Yep, they've really well done. Mitchell Bodnar and his dad, Pete Bodnar, Bod's Photography as well. Check them out on Facebook. Give them a like, give them a follow. They're on Twitter. And, he's a good mate of mine is Mitch. And he plays indoor cricket. I just thought he mucked around, but apparently he does actually play indoor cricket. And, great job, guys. Great.
So the South Africans here are playing some shots, which I don't particularly mind, okay? So they're not going into their shell. If the ball's in the slot and it's up there, they're going after it. So, look, I've always been one to say that if it's in your shot repertoire, go for it, certainly. And these South African boys aren't holding back, so they're not going to die wondering.
No, and I don't think they can really afford to be honest. You don't want 100, and I mean the score is 14 at the moment, the last over. But yeah, you don't want 100 plus. 110 plus in the last 3 pairs. It's just going to keep getting harder for the last pair or two as Lemire comes into the attack. And how well did Jai Lemire bat for a second time running, Joff?
Oh, he batted very well. He's bowling at the moment, but as we mentioned in the previous, in the semi-final, he first-year player indoor cricket and is already one of the country's leading indoor cricket batsmen. Just phenomenal talent. The boys just can't believe how well he bats, being so new to the game.
Yep, well, the
there it
bowl's
is.
So well. Lehmans, he picks up a full toss and he rightly puts it away. He's driven it to the back net for 5, and that's important runs for South Africa. 21 now on the board. Big last 4 balls coming up. As you said, Joffa, they've been positive. That's a good shot. Bodenstein put that away.
When Jai's been successful this week, he's bowled that line, perfect line and length. He's bowled at the stumps, bringing the batsman forward, top of middle and leg, and he's picked up a lot of wickets. He's picked up a lot of bowls this week, actually. So a bit wide in that last ball. There's his change up off Cotter, just dragging it down a touch short, put away comfortably by Lehmans for 2 on the leg side.
It's becoming an expensive over, Joff. 11 runs off 4 balls. Suddenly they've got to 25, closing in on that 30 mark. They won't be unhappy with that. It'll be a good start.
Beautifully played by the South African again. The Aussie boys here don't need to just go into their shells here. They need to be up and about, and it all starts with the bowler. So it hasn't been a particularly good over here from Lemire.
Last couple of overs, they looked good early on, but the last couple of overs let them off the hook there. Too many short balls, just like South Africa bowled to Australia, and they've just put them away quite comfortably, as we've talked about on this pitch. It's just too easy to put those short ones away, isn't it, Joff?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, from a coaching perspective, if I was the South Africans, I'd be looking at sort of managing it from getting to around about that 90 mark.
Yeah.
90 mark after 3 pairs, leaving a 45-run chase is possible.
40.
Certainly, still have to bat well, but they've got off to 29 here, so that's a terrific start for the South Africans after losing a couple of wickets early. So they've regrouped well here. So very important the Aussies don't fall into their shell. So. New bowler for the Australian team is Riley Mark. Riley's bowled beautifully all week. Midweek, he had a few issues with front foot no balls, and I guess that's coming off the back of some outdoor pre-season stuff. So he seems to have figured that out. So
He's done well, the young Victorian fellas, and he obviously coming back from an injury. And obviously, congratulations to you, Joff. It's a very proud moment.
good shot there. Beautifully played off the legs. Just slightly over pitch there from Riley.
Yeah.
Good line though.
It'll be interesting to see him come around the wicket to the right-hander and cramp him up. I thought he did that quite well earlier in the week. Coming around to the left-hander. Has spun away, so it is encouraging signs, but it's just spun away right off the pitch. Yeah, well bowled. Oh, I thought he might have caught an edge. Nice turn there from Riley Mark. That's a lot better.
I feel he just needs to keep it out there for this left hand. I've watched
Yep.
him bat. He's quite a good bat, but he likes the ball in his channel, so he
Yep.
has to bring him forward outside off.
Yep.
And I'm sure he'll struggle out there.
Just get him fishing, really. Nope. Look, the spin is there. The spin is definitely there, and I think if he just brings it a few more inches in towards him, like you said, Joff, he'll get himself in the game.
Yeah, it's clearly the plan to the left-hander to bowl it wide, but clearly not that wide.
Yeah, that's good. That's much better. It's gone on with the arm a bit. Bit of a mixed bag. He's looked good when they've set.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
nice.
Terrific bowling from Riley Mark. Just a 6 runs off that over. Terrific over.
Yeah.
Apart from those wides.
Yeah,
So
I think
really, it wasn't a terrific over.
Oh, I mean, it could have been. I guess it could have been a lot better. I mean, it just. I guess it's just probably frustrating for him because when he did get it there, it ripped and it spun, and like you said, the left-hander was sort of missing there, I guess, in that respect. But he let him off the hook because he just sort of gave him those extras, so he didn't really feel like he needed to score runs either side of that. Anyway, that ends the over though, 6 runs. I mean, do you do a bit of work with Riley on his bowling?
Not really. Not really. He's just a natural at his off spin.
Yeah.
So into the attack comes Tom Cody. He has a terrific week. He'll bowl medium quick in swingers to these right-handers. Hopefully he doesn't drop a little bit short, too short. Oh, he's right on the money early. Catches the leading edge, but finds a way to the net for 2. For Carl Spice Bennett, who won the 17 Girls Grand Final. Carl, that game's on following this game.
Oh, it's good. It was a chance.
There was a chance. Gone begging, just mishit back in the front court there by Marty Islam, I think it was.
Yes, of course, the 17 under girls grand final. Australia taking on New Zealand, and then 17 under boys final at 1:30 local time, and it will also be Australia and New Zealand.
So from a South African perspective, I know that this is one of their stronger pairs, and their third pair is certainly strong too. So they'll be looking to fight their way back into this game here and take all the momentum away from the Aussies. So
Yep.
too short from Cody.
Well,
Has been a little bit short this week. And I think with how much he does with the ball, he just needs to get it up a little bit further. And because it does move so much, he'll cause the batters problems.
yeah, just needs to bring that length back. Allow the ball to do the work.
Umpire's called dead ball.
Okay. Now 40 midway through the 6th over, so I don't think South Africa's going to be unhappy. I think they'll be, like you said, Joffa, aim for that sort of 90 mark, keep themselves in the game come the 4th pair. That's well
Again,
played.
too short from Tom
Yeah.
Cody.
And both teams, to be fair, are good at doing that. Pistorius puts that one away. Both are good at doing that. If it's too short, they're able to get underneath it and just push it into that point net. And likewise, playing the front and back foot pulls.
Oh, lovely shot.
Oh.
That's 3.
That is a fine, fine shot by Gerardo.
Just overcorrected there, Tom Cody. So, again, we found this in the semi-final yesterday after a terrific start from the Australians in the field in the first 4 overs. They sort of went into their shell a little bit for the next 2 overs. So they got to be careful not to find themselves in the same sort of position here. They certainly need to. It all starts with the bowling, so they need to put more balls in the right area. As the under-17 boys in the stands go crazy chanting Saucy. Jordan Hesline, the Australian captain, coming on to bowl with his leg spinners. Looks like he's going to start around the wicket. Sauce plays at the Parkdale Cricket Club, and another Victorian.
What do they call him, Saucy, Joffa?
Tomato sauce, red hair.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a rag he's got, really. It's a fine mane of hair of Jordan Hesline.
He's a champion bloke, Saucy, and a terrific leader.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a leg spin, and he smashed that. It was a nothing ball, really. It was a full toss. Pistorius has quite rightly hit through the line, and he smashed it down the ground for 7.
What a terrific shot. Just having the courage just to follow through with that shot. Huge crowd here, a lot of pressure on, and it's terrific for the South Africans. They're not going to go away quietly, the South Africans.
Absolutely. No.
They are well known. You know, a Mark Ongers-led team will always fight to the death. So, look, the score's crept into the 50s now. So,
yep. He's just struggling here. It's just really struggling here. He's decided to come over the wicket. He's dragging it down. He's bowling a full toss. Now a wide. Just needs to probably just take a breath, regroup.
That's what getting hit to the back net does to bowlers. You know,
absolutely.
It can certainly cause a lot of anxiety
Yep.
and pressure on the bowler to deliver. Another full toss there, but luckily hit straight into the leg side field of Declan's legs.
Absolutely.
And only managing the 1.
Yep, getting the hit to the back net can be put you in 2 minds. I wouldn't have any idea what that feels like, Joffa, but it certainly can be frustrating. That's better. He's gone for that cooker ball. Islam has a go at the stumps. I think he probably would have been home. A good dive and a good over for South Africa. 62 after 7. Yep, we've got a game, don't we?
Game on. Game on. And they'll come hard with the next pair as well. So they'll be looking, the South Africans will be looking to finish off quite strongly here in this over, because they know they'll have a strong pair coming in third. And, you know, it is a final. It is harder to chase, but they seem quite resolute in their attitude to this huge run chase that they've got in front of them.
And it looks like Lemire is going to bowl out. Right arm, medium pace, sort of team up, try and bowl a bit of in swing.
So one of the Australian stronger bowlers is Ethan Fitzpatrick, the leggy from Australia, who had terrific national titles. He hasn't bowled yet, so Coach Jake Flores is clearly holding him back.
Would you be sort of surprised, I mean, obviously with the way things are going, would you be surprised to see Ethan bowl 2 in the last pair?
Oh, geez, that'd be risky. I'd use him in the third pair when needed, but
try and get that wicket, right?
Absolutely.
Try and curb that momentum. Yep, no, understood.
Oh, what a fantastic shot. Down up on the leg side. I tell you, that shot wasn't around in my day, but geez, that was a beautiful shot. Oh, my lordy lord.
It's a it's a fine shot. It's not an easy stroke, obviously, for those at home. It takes a while, quite a while to perfect. You can't just hit the ball down and up straight to the ground off your legs. There's not much room to work with. A fine shot.
I think they need to manage something in the field here, the boys. They've got to muster a play, some opportunity, some pressure. All just sitting back. Seems pretty quiet out there at the moment. So, advantage South Africa at the moment, just with the way it's all... Oh, Lemire at the stumps. We mentioned in the previous over, that's how he's been taking his wickets. And he's found the mark there.
That's a great delivery. Well, to be fair, it wasn't a great shot. It went straight on. It went straight on from Lemire, and Pistorius, I'm not sure why, decided to give himself room. That ball was going straight at middle stump. It hit the top, and it's a wicket. It wasn't the right length to be going back, and it's a big breakthrough for Australia. Oh, his line. Oh, good catch. That would have been sharp. Imagine that, 2 and 2.
Absolutely. Well, those catches, they either stick or they don't. So great effort there from Saucy. Well, that would have been huge in the context of the game.
Yep. Well, I guess he saved probably a certain boundary, if anything. So just a single. And but at least Australia have sort of got themselves back into this. Look, it's just South Africa really creating that traffic, an important wicket there in the last over of the skin. They will finish strongly though.
Nicely punched into the gap there. So terrific partnership. A shame they lost the wicket in the last over there. I thought if they hadn't lost the wicket there, I think that would have put huge pressure on the Australians. So they still managed to come out with a partnership of
36.
36. Geez, that would have been a 40-plus partnership, putting the pressure right on the Aussies. So to their credit, they got their wicket.
Just to recap where we're at the moment, the 15 and under boys final here at the WICF Junior World Series of indoor cricket at the Action Indoor Sports Stadium in Hornby, Christchurch, New Zealand. Australia won the toss. They batted first.
Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, Joffa. 37, 49, 13, 35 for a huge total of 134. And South Africa are giving it a red-hot crack in response. 29, 36 for 65. And that leaves Joffa 70 even to win off the last two pairs.
Well, the Aussie boys are going to come hard here. They're strike quickie, Sammy Wettering bowling the 9th over. This will be a test. Now, Sammy bowled a few leg sides to the left-handers yesterday, so let's see if he's corrected that problem. The Aussies are going to come hard.
Oh, no. Well, he didn't bowl wide, but he's bowled a no ball, and it's pretty criminal, to be honest. First ball, just to let Thompson ease into his work. 4 runs.
Oh!
Yeah, it's much better. That's
inside edge, narrowly missing the stumps. That's better from Sam Wettering.
Yeah, bit of in swing here from Wettering. Obviously, that was very nippy.
Oh, good effort from Source there. Narrowly missing the stumps at the bowler's end.
Yeah, good work. His line has been pretty sharp there at that three off line and staying put in the big dive. This is good cricket. Yeah, Headline doing it again. Oh, it's a huge mix-up at the other end. Oh, they went looking for the appeal at the striker's end, and I think if he just got to get the ball straight away, and it could have been run out, Joffa.
What a terrific bit of fielding. Ball came to him quickly, he grabbed the ball cleanly, and he chose the right end to throw to.
Yep.
I think the umpire may have thought the ball didn't hit the stumps.
Yeah, I think so too. And maybe he did. I mean, he did really take it off in a hurry, but great fielding from his line there at the 3 off line. He continues his great work. The capper.
He's been terrific. Yeah. He's been terrific all week on the offside line there, Source. He's been fantastic. So created a few opportunities here, the Aussie boys. Yep. They just need to start converting those into actual wickets.
Yeah, a lot better. But it's the field, the energy is starting to look a lot better now. As Wettering comes around the wicket, and a bit of an air swing.
Wrong shot selection there.
It's probably lucky he didn't hit there, because if I think he did, it would have just been an outside, a top edge. So that ends the first over. And I think it was about 6 runs off it, so 7 runs off it rather, and 72 on the board.
Mahadi Islam to bowl the 10th over.
Wettering has bowled out. Islam is about to bowl out here. Fitzpatrick still being held back. Joff.
Yes, still being held back.
But wouldn't be surprised to see them probably maybe bowl the last over the skin. Islam is obviously they're deciding. Oh, that's got to be out.
Oh, fantastic!
That's great work, great pressure. Australia the last few deliveries, and that's paid dividends. A good pace from Islam. Thompson looking for a shot. We'll find the BeLive replay. Yeah, I'm not really sure here. Look, unfortunately, he called him through for the run. Thompson wasn't looking for one, and he started off the back foot, and there was really no chance. Big wicket.
Just a play and miss, come off the keeper's gloves, and you'll find a lot of the run-outs during the Junior World Series is just through communication errors.
Yeah.
2 guys not caught ball watching and losing their wicket.
Yeah, really that's what it is. It is ball watching, isn't it, essentially? Not looking at your teammate. You can't really just set off for a run and assume that your teammate's not looking, and especially if you're not calling, then expect to get run out. Good heat there from Islam, but he turned it away for one, as Keegan Stain, rather. Nico Stain was playing in the 13s.
Big shout out to Lee Cox, who's been on the indoor circuit in Australia for many, many years, hailing from South Australia.
Good crowd building. But obviously got 2 more finals after this one. Yeah, unfortunately Islam has sprained that one wide, and for that wicket, he's got to keep that pressure on Joff.
They do. They're taking a gamble bringing Mahadi Islam into the side for this game because he sat out the semi. But he's taken a wicket, so he's repaid the faith.
Who's he come in for, Joff?
Jacob Verstegen.
So obviously Verstegen was
Verstegen's a solid bat, just like Mahadi Islam is, and they just felt that Mahdi could offer them a little bit more with the ball, I'm assuming, without speaking to the coach. But a brave move, good move from the selection panel. So he's done the job. He's got a wicket there, and that's what you get with Mahdi Islam. He can bowl some ripping balls at the stumps, but he can offer up a few wide. So Ethan Fitzpatrick, the champion leg spinner from the ACT, is coming on to bowl now. So here we go, Aussies. Oh, terrific start from Fitzpatrick. Right on the money first ball.
great control. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did that out. I
terrific
think
bit of
that's out.
fielding.
Great fielding. It was a nice shot from Thompson, but he just hit it too well, to be honest. And was it a pickup from Sammy Wettering, I think, on the leg line? Yeah.
If he's going to play that shot, he needs to play it behind square.
Yeah.
You cannot play a sweep shot just in front of square. It's just going to bounce out to the fielder, and it was beautifully finished off by McComb there.
We just didn't hit, and it just didn't go. Well bowled.
He's on today, Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
I was going to say Fitzgerald there for a moment.
He's
on.
Rob would have been happy. Yep. No, absolutely. And I think you're right with that sweep shot. He just didn't hit down on it enough.
That's 5.
That's 5. That's bonus. That gets back that wicket there.
Absolutely. Can't be doing that. That's just giving that wicket straight back.
It is frustrating, obviously. That's the whole point of getting a wicket is that pressure, and you just release it straight away. But he's bowled really well. Whoa!
Fielder getting in Riley Mark's way there, and that's totally fair. He wasn't impeding the fielder. He was just trying to make his ground back. So that's fair. That's what we call fair play in indoor cricket.
Fair play.
Lucky to the South Africans. He's not sure what to do there, playing a sweep shot. Great over from Fitzpatrick there. Fantastic over.
What a good over that was. Excellent control, excellent spin, excellent dip, right length, and the South Africans, to be fair, just didn't really know how to handle them, did they?
No, shot selection was the issue there. So it looks like the Aussies are going hard here, calling up Declan McComb. Bowls it quite quickish, and should be bringing the ball slightly away from the right-handers.
So McComb to bowled out. This is the 12th over.
Bowled a terrific first over. Let's see if we can back it up. Oh, terrific fielding, Riley Mark. Outstanding. Clean grab off the net, back flick. Oh, my God, and was well finished off by Fitzpatrick there. Nice clean hands. That was terrific fielding. Way to go, Riley.
Yeah, we'll get a replay here via BLive. He put in the big dive, but it was just short. Yeah, look at it, very touch and go. So umpire Glenn Stevenson from New Zealand has decided to give that one, and great fielding though, Riley Mark. Great back flick and well taken by Ethan Fitzpatrick. That's the wicket they needed. And Joff, we were saying, they were 65 to start the skin before this pair, and we were saying, hey, look, we'll get up to 90 and a couple of really good wickets from Australia, and they're only 68, and it's really starting to slip away from South Africa.
Nice safe shot there. And credit to the umpire too. It was an excellent run-out decision. And well done to all the umpires that have participated this week. Not an easy job being up there. I've been up in the stand myself quite a number of times. And look, completely different view, and I think they've carried themselves beautifully all week. So congratulations to all the umpires, and in particular those that have been awarded grand finals in each of the divisions. So
Absolutely.
terrific job.
Absolutely. Umpires from New Zealand, South Africa and Australia this tournament, and they've done a great job. Oh, geez,
Whoa!
it's gone. That's just the pressure. It's a great ball from McComb. It was fast. It was straight tailing into him. And Thompson was really going nowhere. He just set off for a run. We'll see it on the B-Live replay. Yeah, look at again, Joff just no communication, not looking at his partner, just set off, and I can't really expect anything else was going to happen there.
He overcommitted.
That's good fielding by Mark. 2 good pieces of fielding this over. And what a good finish for Australia. That is a top 4 overs.
Two great overs for McComb this game. Terrific. Goes to, it speaks to what I was talking about. Just bowling more balls in the right area. So terrific bowling from McComb. Partnership of 13. Partnership of 2. Terrific effort from the Aussie boys there. So
that's one of them a game, I think, Joff. I'll call it now for me. I know it's never over till it's over, but honestly, I think that's just been a real momentum killer. I think 39 plus 26, even if they got 20, which is all they really needed to work for, and give their last partnership something. That's just game awareness, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Give your last partnership something. I mean, what, 33, 30, 68, you know, that's a very tall order in a match, let alone a final.
They just needed to get into the 90s to give their last pair some sort of opportunity to win the game, and unfortunately that's slipped them by. Fitzpatrick now from the ACT bowling.
Good idea, and it's got him! Straight to Islam at the back, and he's had a full toss, it must be said. And Australia are on their way to a world title. With a full toss.
Bit lucky there, actually.
Yep, very lucky.
It said hit me for 7.
It should have been hit for 7, but he's hit it straight to Islam. And it's just going Australia's way at the moment. Fitzpatrick has bowled well in his first over and a bit, obviously before that delivery. So, yeah, Rose Kelly, well, it's an inside edge, it's a single. Sorry, mate, it's Connor Foley and Ryan Rose Kelly to finish up. Ethan Fitzpatrick bowling out here.
Lovely shot.
Yeah, nice shot. Too easy for Connor Foley. He dragged that one down. Yeah, well, Joff, it's looking a very tall order for the South Africans. Yeah, and that's it. That's got to be it. He's tried to hit that one out of the park as Rose Kelly, and he's only succeeded in walking right past it. Fitzpatrick brought the length back a bit. We'll see it on the B-Live replay. Yeah, and it turned and it spun and it bounced, and the keeper has done the rest.
Well done. Well kept from Jailamir. So this is good bowling here. Look, the South Africans are trying to hit their way back into this game. It's a tall order. It's probably too, well, it is too tall, but
yeah, look, it's just that 20-run difference, isn't it, Joff? I mean, like you said, 45 still have to bat well, but it means they can sort of pace it around 10 per over. But 70 off 4 overs, you're asking them to hit a 1-7, maybe 1-4 per over, aren't you?
That's no miracles there. No miracles.
I know, obviously, you're known quite well for doing, performing those miracle acts back in your day, but times have changed.
I don't think it matter who would be batting out there right now. Look, the South Africans just need to play this game out now, so and give it their best shot and just finish it off without doing anything silly. Really, they just need to play the game out. And look, Mark Ongers and his team have done a terrific job. I saw them play earlier the week. I thought they managed the team very well. People were looking at South Africa going, are they a good side? Are they not? And he managed their team terrifically. What is impressed me about Mark's and the South African boys is that the way they carry themselves. In last night's game against the
He's got him.
Well bowled, Riley Mark. In last night's game against the New Zealanders, after they beat the New Zealanders and they really gave them a hiding, they formed a guard of honour for the New Zealand boys out of respect. And that just speaks volumes. It's this tournament's certainly not about just winning it, but it's a life experience. It's about friendships and it's about learning and being humble in the way you play the game.
Sure, he's hit that for 7, is Foley.
No, 3+1 there.
So 3+1, apologies. I just took my glasses off for a second and now I can't see. So It was 4 runs, but he got to the pitch of the ball and he hit that very well.
Beautiful shot.
Finally got that photo for you with your Joff. I've been looking for that one all week.
Anthony Hamilton goes Sammy and Riley Mark. G'day, Hamo.
It's a bit unfortunate that they're on 65, and to be fair, because they stayed in the chase for the first 8 overs. And I don't think it's really reflective of how hard they pushed in this chase, is it?
No, they were within a whisker of asking some serious questions of the Aussies going to that last pair. As we mentioned, if they got to that 90-odd, anything can happen. It just didn't quite get there. The Aussies got it together and went hard at them with the bowlers. They went Wettering, Fitzpatrick, McComb, and they were just too strong.
Right ball. He's really been able to rip the ball as Riley Mark. He's just obviously we've got to work on his control going forward. And looks some really good spinner, really good promising spinner, and obviously just once he works on that length and where he pitches it, he could be a real handful going forward.
Absolutely, he had a terrific game last night, picking up 3 wickets and batting the house down with his old sparring partner Jordan Sauce Hesline. Into the attack now, we've got Tom Cody. Shane Desario, good question. Riley and Sauce haircut off winning. I believe that could be on the cards, Shano. So, yeah, I think we can make that happen. let's start a petition. I'd be certainly happy with that.
Yeah, a few questions obviously about the boys and their haircuts. A friend of mine, Michael Campbell, plays for New Zealand. Or has played for New Zealand as well, saying a few of those Aussie guys really love their magic carpets. So to rag mains of here, it'd be interesting. This Tom Cody comes into bowl, right arm over the wicket.
So Tom had a terrific a bat in the first innings, batting second with Ethan Fitzpatrick, and he's been one of the main reasons the Aussies have been so dominant today. Sammy Wettering,
he's got him,
yeah.
Out. Great work from Sammy Wettering. He just caught him napping, and to be fair, there wasn't really a wicket in there, but Foley had just committed too much, and there was nothing in it, but it was a good ball.
Again, ball watching, and there's another wicket just through lack of communication.
Yeah, I think it's probably happened 4 or 5 times in this innings, Joff. So you take that plus 25, you're over that 90 mark. So, but Australia put the pressure on with the field, and they've done well. Yes, I know a few comments coming in about your comments about the South African boys and what they did last night, and yeah, it's great to see. Great etiquette, great respect. It's been played in the right spirit, this tournament, and again, the boys will, bring lifelong friends from this tournament, won't they? They smashed that down the ground for 5. Full toss, and Rosekelly does put that one away. This one is 7. I've got my glasses on this time, and Foley has hit that one on the up, and it's a good shot by Connor Foley.
He can certainly bat, can't he? He's not afraid. He's still not afraid. He's going hard. He's hit the back net on 3 occasions, I believe.
Foley seems to bat the way that he bowls. He obviously, if you hadn't tuned in earlier in the broadcast, he's a quick, nippy young bowler, and he gives it his all, trying to get some pace in. And the way he's batted too, and obviously they're left with no choice at this stage but to go, and so bringing the score up slightly.
He's a good player. Skipper Jordan Hesline coming to bowl, and Sam Wettering just plucks it out of thin air. Oh my lordy! I'll say it again. That's terrific from Sam, and look, it's great to see his progress too. 2 years ago, he sat out the final of the under 13 and under grand final for the Victorian team through inability or perceived inability to field and probably to bat as well, and geez, he's improved. Oh, that's out!
No.
Oh!
Yeah, I think I would have given that too, but the umpire's latest call.
No, umpires are all right, Josh.
I don't know what you're talking about, Joff. Rose Kelly probably need to put the dive in, I'd say. And our main man, our informal third umpire, Toddy Woodrup, might be able to figure out if that was out. He needed to put the dive, it would have been in.
Don't need a replay, mate. He was short of his ground. So what a great honour for the skipper. This is the 16th over, isn't it?
To bowl the final over, and his dad's standing right behind us, Shane Headline, and he'll be a very proud father at this moment. And his grandmother, again.
Good bit of fielding off his own bowling.
Yeah, but no, Joff, you are right. We've got the stills in front of us. Toddy's showing us, and he was gone. So, a good call. You've obviously got a much sharper eye than me, obviously being a bit younger. Yeah, well,
Oh, nice bit of fielding from
and
McComb.
that has gone, how sharp is that, Joff?
That's terrific.
How sharp is that?
That's terrific. Look, the Aussies, got off to a slow start this tournament by losing the first game to the Kiwi boys. Everything went right for New Zealand that day. But ever since that game, they've just been building nicely and asserting their dominance on this competition. So credit to Jake Flores and Andrew Sweet and the team. They've got a terrific bunch of young boys, and they deserve all the accolades.
It's over.
There it is, Australian under-15 boys, World Series champions. Congratulations to them all.
Well done. Thanks very much, Joffa Mark, for Ahmed Khawaja. Well done to the Australian 15 under boys. We'll be back soon for the 17 under girls final.